The Oval Office was filled with tension. President Trump, known for his unpredictable nature, sat across from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The specter of war hung in the air. Both leaders understood the stakes. A potential deal, massive in scope, was on the table. At its heart, Ukraine's vast reserves of rare earth minerals. These minerals, essential for everything from smartphones to advanced weaponry, held the key to technological dominance. The United States, heavily reliant on China for its supply, saw an opportunity to break free from Beijing's grip, an opportunity to assert its dominance on the world stage. But for Zelenskyy, the deal was about more than just resources. It was about survival. Ukraine, ravaged by war with Russia, desperately needed support, military aid, economic assistance, and perhaps most importantly, security guarantees. Zelenskyy had come to Washington with a clear message. Ukraine was willing to become a strategic partner, but not at any cost. He needed assurances. Assurances that the United States would stand with Ukraine, not just for its resources, but for its freedom. The negotiations were tense, a delicate dance between two leaders with vastly different priorities. Trump focused on securing American interests, Zelenskyy fighting for his nation's future. The outcome of their meeting would have profound implications for both countries and for the world. Zelenskyy knew he was walking a tightrope. Agreeing to a deal with Trump could provide a lifeline for his war-torn nation. Access to American resources, technology, and military support could be a game-changer. But the potential cost weighed heavily on him. Handing over control of Ukraine's rare earth minerals to the United States was a risky proposition. It could be perceived as bowing to pressure, a sign of weakness. His enemies, both within Ukraine and beyond its borders, would seize on it, accusing him of selling out the country's future for short-term gain. He needed to secure concrete guarantees, ironclad commitments from the United States, commitments that went beyond vague promises of support. He needed a binding agreement, one that ensured Ukraine's security in the face of Russian aggression, one that demonstrated to the world that the United States was truly invested in Ukraine's future, not just its resources. The negotiations were fraught with difficulty. Every word scrutinized, every concession weighed carefully. For Zelenskyy, it was a balancing act between securing his country's future and maintaining its sovereignty. The fate of Ukraine rested on his shoulders. The weight of his nation's hopes and fears pressed down on him. He had to make a choice that would determine the destiny of his people. The meeting marked a stark shift in Trump's rhetoric towards Zelenskyy. Gone were the days when Trump casually labeled the Ukrainian leader a dictator. The insults, the dismissiveness, all seemingly forgotten. In their place, a newfound respect, a recognition of Zelenskyy's resilience in the face of Russian aggression. The war had changed everything. Zelenskyy, once seen as a political novice, had transformed into a wartime leader. His defiance, his unwavering commitment to his people had earned him admiration around the world. Even Trump, a man not known for his empathy, seemed to recognize the significance of the moment. But behind the smiles and handshakes, questions lingered. Was this newfound respect genuine? Or was it simply a calculated move? Was Trump truly invested in Ukraine's future? Or was he merely interested in exploiting its resources for his own gain? The answer, as with most things in international diplomacy, was likely a complex mix of both. Trump, ever the pragmatist, saw an opportunity to advance American interests. Securing access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals would be a major coup. But there was also a sense that he recognized Zelenskyy's tenacity, his unwavering spirit. In the crucible of war, a strange sort of bond had formed between these two unlikely allies, a bond forged in shared adversity. While the world watched the Trump-Zelenskyy meeting unfold, another battle was raging. Thousands of miles away in a U.S. courtroom, the fate of birthright citizenship hung in the balance. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals had delivered a blow to the Trump administration, upholding a block on his executive order ending birthright citizenship. This marked the fifth court to reject Trump's attempt to dismantle this fundamental American right. A right enshrined in the 14th Amendment, guaranteeing citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil. Trump, however, had long railed against birthright citizenship, calling it a magnet for illegal immigration. His executive order, issued in the first year of his presidency, sought to redefine the interpretation of the 14th Amendment, excluding children born to undocumented immigrants and some legal residents from automatic citizenship. The move was met with widespread condemnation. Legal scholars argued it was unconstitutional. Civil rights groups denounced it as discriminatory. The courts, time and again, agreed. The Fourth Circuit's ruling was just the latest in a string of defeats for the Trump administration on this issue. A clear indication that the judiciary was not willing to let the president dismantle fundamental rights without a fight. The battle over birthright citizenship, however, was far from over. Trump, known for his tenacity and disregard for legal norms, was unlikely to back down. The stage was set for a protracted legal battle, one that could have far-reaching consequences for the future of American democracy. In a significant turn of events, China has decided to push back against the recent international sanctions. The Chinese government has issued a statement, emphasizing their stance on maintaining economic sovereignty. Officials have stressed that these measures are necessary to protect national interests and ensure stability within the region. They argue that the sanctions are unjust and have called for a re-evaluation of international policies. As the situation unfolds, the global community watches closely, anticipating the potential ripple effects on the world economy. In a decisive move, lawmakers managed to avert a government shutdown. This last-minute effort brought together opposing sides, showcasing the power of compromise. As a result, essential services will continue without interruption, ensuring stability for millions of citizens. The cost of national security continues to rise, with new measures being implemented to safeguard the nation. These initiatives, while crucial, come with a hefty price tag. Citizens are left to ponder the balance between safety and fiscal responsibility. The global landscape is shifting, with emerging powers challenging the status quo. This new world order brings both opportunities and uncertainties. Countries must navigate these changes carefully, fostering cooperation while protecting their own interests. As events continue to unfold, the narrative of our times becomes more complex. Each development adds a new layer to the story, influencing public opinion and policy decisions. It's a dynamic and ever-changing world, where staying informed is more important than ever.